If you don't want to compromise, don't get married.
Is Justin talking to Selena behind Hailey's back? Does he want a baby just to save the marriage? And is Hailey finally going to dump him so she can be with someone who treats her nicely? Stay tuned for all the gossip about the least likely to succeed marriage in Hollywood, a serial misogynist. Hailey and Justin's love story goes back to 2009. When Hailey and Justin met for the first time ever, there were no sparks or magic. The encounter was only a handshake that Hailey's father, Steve Baldwin, arranged for her daughter.
It's my daughter, Hailey. We've been enjoying it.
Not exactly the beginning of a fairy tale, right? Well, at that point, Hailey was just another fan in Justin's eyes, so he didn't really care for her. 2 years after that, Justin started his bumpy and intermittent relationship with Selena Gomez. As you may know, that incredibly messy romance would continue for almost a decade until Jelena split up literally months before Justin got engaged to Hailey, and it's no secret that Justin also dated Hailey briefly in one of the many breaks he took from his relationship with Selena. It was January 2016 after Jelena had split up and Justin posted a picture kissing Hailey. Suspicious. Rumor has it that Justin actually cheated on Selena with Hailey. We wonder how Hailey felt about being the rebound. Somewhere between March and August 2016, Hailey and Justin had already broken up their brief relationship. When he was asked about this, Justin said he had broken up with Hailey because he didn't want to hurt her. The singer said, "What if Hailey ends up being the girl I'm going to marry, right? If I rush into anything, if I damage her, then it's always going to be damaged. It's really hard to fix wounds like that. It's so hard." So it looked like Justin kind of cared for Hailey, but did he really? We think he didn't, because he eventually got back with Selena, who has always appeared to be his one true love. Justin and Selena even spent Valentine's Day together in 2018. But as it was to be expected, they broke up in March that same year. The worst part of this entire mess is that literally 4 months after he and Selena broke up, Justin had already started a new relationship with Hailey and even proposed to her. Talk about moving on. Could it be that Justin was only trying to commit to someone else to keep Selena out of his mind? Whatever the answer may be, we think it's clear that Selena was always Justin's priority over Hailey, and that it's not exactly a good omen for the Baldwin-Bieber marriage. Selena has said that she's not the happiest about her complicated relationship with Justin.
And I'm not being disrespectful. I do feel I was a victim to certain.
And this is not exactly hard to believe at all. Justin had been accused of being disrespectful to women and misogynistic more than once. Among other people who had complained about him is his former choreographer Emma Portner, who accused him of degrading women. There's also Cara Delevingne, who called him out on Instagram for diminishing the suffering that Taylor Swift had gone through with her former manager. Considering the women who complained about Justin's behavior towards him, it's not surprising that nobody was precisely hopeful about his marriage to Hailey, and boy, were they right. A rebound marriage. Justin and Hailey had their fairy tale wedding in September 2018, and from the minute they did say, "I do," there have been rumors that they're headed straight to divorce. Not even 6 months after they got married, Hailey said in an interview with Vogue, "The thing with marriage is hard." They even met with a marriage counselor, and we think that's not exactly how a newlywed couple should feel. The first year is usually still the honeymoon, and Hailey wasn't the only one feeling like this. A few months after his wife talked to Vogue, Justin explained why their first year of marriage was so tough. The singer said there was just a lack of trust. There were all these things that you don't want to admit to the person that you're with because it's scary. You don't want to scare them off by saying, "I'm scared." Could this lack of trust have anything to do with Hailey being insecure about Justin's relationship with Selena and the brief moment he dated Hailey in between? If that wasn't an insecurity that Hailey had, it certainly became part of her life. Justin's fans and Jelena's fans are constantly comparing Hailey to Selena and insisting how Selena is so much better. Being constantly compared to your husband's ex must have affected Hailey's confidence in her marriage in one way or another. But Selena aside, there are plenty of other problematic behaviors that people have noticed in Bieber's relationship, with many people even arguing that Justin mistreats Hailey terribly, living with a 5-year-old. Now Justin doesn't exactly have a reputation of being a mature and composed adult. Actually, it's quite the opposite. He gets angry really fast, is rude to his fans, and one would think that he would obviously behave differently with his other half, but that's not the case. There have been several instances where Justin's childish behavior has made people question if Hailey is happy or safe in that marriage. In one of those circumstances, he yelled at Hailey for beating him at an arcade game.
Baby, I wasn't trying!
I beat you, accept it!
Yet another time, he was seen playing around and literally slaying Hailey across the face in what some people say was a playful manner. How old is he again? But if those childish outbursts and tantrums aren't enough proof of how mean Justin can be to Hailey, just consider those times he's interrupted her on a live stream.
You just answered she was asking me.
Or that time he slammed the car door on her face. Or the time that he literally told her in a live stream,
"If you weren't so hot, I would have got rid of you a long time ago."
Rude. This behavior obviously hasn't gone unnoticed by fans who appear to be worried about Hailey's well-being and are completely confident that she deserves so much better. Some fans have said, imagine how happy Hailey would be if she was in a relationship with someone who actually appreciates her. Another one said, this is sad, I really love Hailey, and she's a sweet and kind person. Other people have pointed out that Justin's childish behavior, saying, Justin found a babysitter, I think this relationship is really weird. But why is Justin so childish and immature to the wife he claims to love? Some believe that Justin sees Hailey more as a fan than a partner. After all, Hailey was literally a believer when she met him. Another theory suggests that Justin is married to Hailey only because he's a narcissist and wants to feel idolized all the time. Or because he was just very vulnerable after breaking up with Selena and needed to secure something, and some clues do point in that direction. In an interview with Ellen in 2020, Justin said he was unsure about proposing to Hailey. According to him, he didn't know if he would be able to commit to marriage, especially to be faithful in keeping his promises. Now, we don't know if Justin has been faithful to Hailey, but we know that he hasn't kept his promise of respecting her. There's plenty of evidence that proves that. Moving on then came yet another challenge for the couple: lockdown. For the Biebers, being completely isolated from everyone else could work two ways. They could either become close and find ways to communicate effectively, or Hailey would just be stuck with a very rich 5-year-old. Guess which one it was. We really believe that Hailey deserves someone who cherishes her and is nice and kind. That's not much to ask. And if we can't get that from the man who promised to love her and take care of her forever, maybe she would be better off without him. Now, we'd love to know what your take on this is. Do you think that Justin is ever going to change so he can save his marriage? Does he actually believe that a baby will solve all his relationship issues? Let us know what you think in the comments below.